Welcome to Magic the Gathering Arena, where we're going to get into another match. And we've been having internet difficulties this weekend, so we are going to just open packs as we go during our recorded content here. And I think that would be a little bit smoother. Into the Fey Court. Okay, that's a nice little card right there. Picnic Ruiner. That's kind of funny. Ice Out. Okay, I like that spell. Vendrant Outrider, Human Knight. So he can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Okay. And a Bramble Familiar, Elemental Raccoon. It costs 2. Its ability is you can tap it to discard a card, return Bramble Familiar to its owner's hand. Okay. And you can cast it as a Fetch Quest Sorcery Adventure. Mill 7 cards, then put a creature, enchantment, or land card from a mill to mill cards into the battlefield. Oh, okay. So that can be okay. So we opened up one little pack there. We have a few more packs here we could open. But we are going to jump into a match. So I think on each match we go through, we're going to jump into a match here. And we're going to use our white deck to play a standard match. Which our white deck in the past week, Natty D23 is our opponent with the dinosaur avatar. So our white deck has been okay. We'll keep that. Hopefully we'll get a Plains. So you draw what you draw, you know. Okay, so we can cast a Plains here. And we can cast... We do have... We do have a couple of creatures here we can cast. So let's cast this Market Watch Phantom. Get a creature out on the board here. And we might cast the Thousand Moons, or we can cast the Assemble the Players. So we might cast Assemble the Players enchantment while we have time. Okay, no attacks. So we can kind of see the top card of our library at all times using this Assemble the Players, which is handy. And I'm not sure if the opponent can see it too. Okay, it's hidden to say its name. Oh, we just got that card in one of the packs we opened too. So we can cast this detective here. And this phantom gained flying. So we'll go ahead and attack with him. And unfortunately, no, we're not going to cast that. So, we usually get first blood with this deck, but boy, we are in some mana situation at the moment. And he is just gaining mana like crazy. Okay, I really don't care to look at that. Patchwork Beastie. Okay. So he has an interesting little green-red card here. Not concerned with that. And he's going to attack with that creature. So we're going to go ahead and just let him attack, to be honest. Okay, pass. No blocks. Pass. Okay. Our turn. And we still don't have a mana. My goodness. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and cast the... Let's go ahead and use our Investigate or Clue and draw a card. Still not a mana. My goodness. Okay. So we are in major mana situation, my friends. So we're going to discard this card because we're not even going to make it to have enough to spend that much. That no witnesses would be good if we could get 2 mana after that. If we could make it to that, we could have a chance. So he was picking the ability for that card there. Spine Seeker. Yeah, that's okay. I do like the monsters that he's putting out. It's a nice mix. He has a nice mix of cards here. Pass. Okay. Okay, so he's going to attack with these guys. He's going to give this guy Death Touch, I'm sure. Okay, resolve. Okay, so they both have Death Touch. Okay, so that is a good little ability there. So we're not going to block them, because it's just going to kill our creatures anyway. And still no mana. This is terrible. So we're just going to have to cast this on the Flesh Burrower. And we really can't do nothing else. So we are just at the mercy of this guy. Because out of the first, what would it be like? You know, 16 cards we've gone through, we've only picked up 2 planes, so we're mana, resource short, so to speak. Which I think going forward, I should just go ahead and take a mulligan if I ever only have 1 land in my hand, you know. But it almost doesn't matter, it's just luck of the draw, honestly. Because sometimes you can have a couple mana in your hand, and then you won't get any more for like the rest of the game. You can just keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and it'll come up everything but a mana. So he's probably going to get a little aggressive here. I would if I was him. I would just be attacking with everything constantly, because I know that still no mana. Interesting. Alright. We'll just have to cast this on this creature. And then we'll just have to attack with that Phantom because there's nothing else we can really do. So he is milling cards like crazy. And we have absolutely no mana. That's so funny. By the time we do get one, probably after this Outlaw Medic, we'll probably be dead. If I was him, I would attack with everything. I mean, I'm honest. I would attack with everything I got. So, no blocks. We'll just let him kill us. And watch it be a mana. The next turn is a mana. That's hilarious. So. It doesn't really do much good, though. Because now that he has this card here, if we survive the next turn by him not being aggressive, we could cast the Make Your Move on that creature, and that would give us a chance. That would be the only chance, I think, is if he's not aggressive, we block this guy, survive, and then we get rid of him with Make Your Move. And then the next turn we draw Plains and cast No Witnesses. But mana was the death of us on this match without a doubt. And honestly, he, you know, if he was just a little bit more aggressive, well, now he can kill us, but if he was more aggressive earlier on, he could have already won, you know, over a couple turns, honestly. So now I think he's finally going to get the idea of, oh, I have him where I want him. Let me attack with everybody. There you go. So we're going to say good game. And that's all she wrote. And we are toast. Okay, apparently you can't block that guy. Okay. So no blocks. We'll just take it. Good game, good game. So that was a good match, albeit we were suffering on the mana, but he has a nice little mix there. That deck he used is, it's very beatable. It's a good deck, but I mean, just outrightly comparing to some of the decks we were playing earlier this week, like the Heisting deck and the Explore deck. Wow, those decks were very overpowered. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by those decks. But that deck was good nonetheless. It had a couple of key components. And if you could lock down those components, you kind of slow the roll down of that green-black deck, or green-red deck. But that was a good deck and a good match. And let's open up another pack here before we end this episode. Griffin Airy. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, create a 2/2 white griffin creature token with flying. Ooh, that is good. That is good on a white deck, especially a white deck that's gain life heavy. And another quick study, nice. Third little pig. Interesting. It gets +1/+1 every time you conjure 1 or more other cards. A conjured card is added to the game. Okay, I think that's like when some of those creatures that you play, they play an additional spell on top of them. The Loch Larent. Add 1 island, or you can spend 2, scry 3. Target opponent gets a one-time boon. When you cast a creature spell, this creature enters tapped with a stun counter on it. Activate only during your turn and only once. So it kind of slows the roll a little bit. Dedicated Doll Maker, a Dwarf Artificer, a white card, cost 2. When it enters, exile up to one other target non-land, non-token permanent. Its controller creates a token that's a copy of it, except it's not legendary and it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Tokens you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Ooh! So you can use this to kind of copy another creature you have on the board. I like that. And we will save these packs for our subsequent episodes. And as far as our decks are concerned, the Game Time deck, well, the white deck that we've been using the past week. Let's turn off everything and just keep white cards. We have 22 planes. And I think we're going to get rid of this Steer Clear. It's not in alphabetical order, which is slightly annoying, I'll be honest. So we're going to get rid of the Steer Clear and also the Aerial Boost. No, that is an instant, so we'll add that. And we're going to add a couple cards to this deck that we've picked up in the packs. And just looking through here, we did get quite a few cards. Cooped Up is good. I think we're going to get rid of the Neighborhood Guardian also. And looking at some of the cards that we picked up recently, the Caretaker's Talent. So whenever a token enters, we can draw a card. So I like that ability. And it has a couple other abilities for tokens. Whenever Jackdaw Savior or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser amount of value from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty good. Intrepid Rabbit. So that's pretty good. And we might grab that one. And I'm trying to think of this card. It's okay. It's not the best. So these aren't bad at all. Kind of expensive, a little bit expensive, that card. So we just made a couple minor tweaks here. I do like this. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So that's kind of good. And the cheeky mouse. The Bravekin Duo is okay. As long as Shard Mages Rescued entered this turn, enchant a creature as hexproof. So that's actually pretty good because you can kind of cast that to make one of your creatures hexproof. So that's about all the wiggling we'll do on that deck. We might add a couple of mana here. Okay, and that should be it. So that deck is actually still legal to play on standard rink match, so nice. So I will see everybody on the next match. We might tweak our game time deck a little bit. The blue-black deck, we might go back to that. We've been struggling with this white deck we've been using. I'm going to give it one more match to play, and then we'll go back to the game time deck on the following match. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Send a comment. Love, hate, it's all the same. We're having nothing but fun playing Magic the Gathering Arena. And until then, my friends, I will see you on the next match. Peace.